We're starting early. It happens.
Yeah. It's not like anybody showing up to this week's episode anyway. Let's get this over with.
You never know. It's a show
Yeah.
without Eric, which means more people tend to watch it for some reason.
um, Shotzi won, Bloodline won. That's the show. Thank you. I'm glad everybody tuned in this week for the shortest episode of Saturday show ever. I don't even know what intro we're going to.
I don't know. I haven't even got really any thirst traps, to be honest. I've got the best of stuff loaded in. Before we go, these two have just created history, and my man Solo can't even has no emotion. The man is dead inside.
Yeah. I mean, why would he care? Why should I care if I'm Solo? Because at the end of the day, they didn't even beat the real New Day tag team that held the title as long as it did. The real tag team is Big E and Kofi. Every combination with Woods was the losing combination of the New Day that lost. So they did nothing. They accomplished nothing. Wake me up when you beat Big E and Kofi, the real team, with Woods playing the trombone on the outside. That team's unbeatable.
And then obviously, SmackDown ends in chaos.
Yeah, good old fashioned. It wasn't a Donnybrook match, but they had a good old fashioned ending of a Donnybrook.
Yeah, but there was no Donnybrooks. There was no shillelaghs.
No. I guess there'll only be a Donnybrook. You have to have a shillelagh. Is that fact?
I think so. Or a bar, a nearby bar.
Oh, okay. You'll be an expert in Donnybrooks, Manny. I think you've experienced more of those than I have. I just experienced good old fashioned American violence.
So it's pretty obvious that Pete Dunne or Butch and I think Solo, and Sami Zayn are probably not winning in the World Cup if this is going to end up being a War Games match.
Yeah, goddamn World Cup. Yeah, I wonder who the fifth is going to be for the Brutes. Because my guess would be Cesaro, but he seems to be busy doing nothing in AEW. Oh, yeah. I guess he's doing nothing too.
Yeah. Let's just hit up the intro and then we'll start the show.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and
the #1 contender.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Hey!
Tomorrow, 4 p.m. British Greenwich Meridian time, UK time. And then 3 hours of whatever the time is. 3 hours ago, whatever the time is now, is the premiere of the Best of October 2022.
Way to be very cryptic on the release of the show. 3 hours from now, 2 days. But if you're inside a barrel, that is 7 days from now. And hold on, let me go by Eric shit. This is Darby. This is Gigi Jones after spending a night with Darby Allin. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
We explain this one.
This is Mandy Rose the night after that stalker came after her and Sonya Deville. And the She-Hulk thing, that's Lakita Elias just on a Tuesday. Thick. This is the Halloween edition. Where were these images for Halloween?
We did do a Halloween. We did do a Halloween episode. These images hadn't come out yet.
Yep. I guess Gigi took this very serious this year.
Yeah, Gigi.
She had a
took it
full
hard.
blood video, and
Yeah.
Mandy with a knife. I already know, Mandy. You know you can't cook. You don't know what you're doing with that. You don't know. Just get in there and make your damn donuts.
If you're wondering, it is the Untitled Manny and Marcus show today because Eric is watching the Jonas Brothers. We would say Shantae is there with him, but it's clear from what she stated that he bought the tickets and acted alone in this venture.
Yeah.
So Eric wanted to see the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, and the only thing I know about the Jonas Brothers is that they did not sing the song "My Name Is Jonas." I believe that is the Wheezy ones, the Weezers of the world. So I hope he enjoy his Nick Jonas and his Bobby Jonas and his
got their names.
And Chris Jonas. I don't know. I was trying to see if you knew it. I know Nick Jonas for whatever reason. I forget why I know Nick Jonas, but the rest of them I have no idea who the hell they
are. Would be a short show. We can cover some news if you want.
If there's news, we should cover it. If not, pass. It better not be fucking Jungle Boy announcing a steel cage.
No, so Braun Strowman
kiss my ass.
Braun Strowman does in fact have heat backstage because of his stupid flippy flippers comment. People in the back said while he has been backstage showing some maturity and taking things seriously, social Braun Strowman isn't. Social media Braun Strowman is immature. Fightful noted that his tweets are not part of an angle and they will not likely to become a storyline. However, Braun could eventually be ribbed on TV about his comments.
Who cares? That's what I come down to it. Whether he has heat or not, the man's going to be working either way. And you know what? The people in the locker room who cares about his comments, they shouldn't care. I'm deeply offended that he said flippity guys or just couldn't tell a story. Whatever. Braun's an idiot. That would be my whole thing. If he has heat on him, I never liked him in the first place. That'd be their response. Like, if you really got what are they gonna do with heat? I never understood having heat in the locker room. Ooh, he has heat on him. Fuck that guy. Like, what? Just get up. Just grow over it. Go over it. He said one stupid thing. He probably said many things, but this is the latest stupid thing.
Yeah, Bandido has signed with AEW. He is all elite. According to Dave Meltzer.
Did that 3 times this year.
Yeah. According to Dave Meltzer, the reason he chose AEW over WWE is because he didn't want to relocate his family to Florida, where he would have to be based out of. So essentially, this means he's kind of going to be part-time because he's going to and from Mexico. He signed a 3-year deal. His contract includes a maximum number of dates, which isn't listed, but they don't expect Bandido to even reach that number unless the promotion starts to run house shows on a regular basis.
I guess good for Bandido. I could have swore he signed like 3 times this year already with them.
He was expecting to, and then WWE started to make offers too to confuse matters.
They started to diddle with him. I'm gonna diddle with you, Bandido. Come on. And again, what would WWE do with Bandido? What would they do? Nothing, and nothing. Maybe he'll join Legado del Fantasma or something. I doubt it. There was no place for him there. AEW is probably the best choice for him, whether it's AEW or Ring of Honor. But you know, he's just gonna be another guy there too. Like, he's just gonna be another guy there. I feel like he's just gonna fall into the cracks. No matter which company he would have went to, he would have just been there. He wouldn't have been the so-called needle mover like Roman claims to be. I'm full of hate.
Sorry, and then there's some more news, on Saraya or Paige being cleared for physical physical contact.
Oh, check out the sharpshooters and our physical content where we get very touchy-feely about everything.
So basically she's cleared, but she's not going to go crazy in this match, but she also doesn't want to be held back. She's fully aware of what she can and can't do, but she said that I'm not going to get kicked in the back of the head again, which was my fault. Again, that was my fault. So coming out of being cleared, the first person she texted was Sasha Banks to say it's all good.
She's still waiting for Sasha to reply. You're not gonna reply, Sasha? Yeah, maybe.
So I don't think that match with Britt Baker is potentially going to be any good, to be honest. Given how limited Saraya is going to be in that match, I don't think she can take a proper bump.
Well, I feel like, and this is me, I guess, personally or my own paranoia, but you know what? Let's say she is cleared. She's doing everything a not cleared person would do. I feel like I wasn't cleared by the best of doctors. Like when you released the certificate of I'm cleared to wrestle, I feel like that was just made up and it was missing stuff. It had the date wrong. I was like, you don't have to prove to me with papers. Just do what you can do in the ring. Just do your best. If all I'm asking is for you to be safe. Don't end up in a wheelchair. If you go out there, you say you got doctor's approval, my best thing I can do is just go like, all right, cool. Like I'm not saying, oh, it's AEW doctors, they're worse than the WWE doctors. No. I give them the benefit of the doubt, but you don't have to justify to every single person.
I feel like
on
she
this
has
planet,
to, though.
I'm healthy.
People gave Edge the benefit of the doubt, but she hasn't been in the ring for so long, and she's in a women's division that isn't particularly known for its safety.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's a heightened chance, there's a risk involved here, and there's a high risk here, and then there's also a chance that she could end up paralyzed if something goes wrong. So I would be doing the necessary steps and talking about it. It's just so if she ends up paralyzed, anyone that was involved in that process to get her cleared is now held accountable.
Yeah, but once they're held accountable, I think they're just gonna go on with their day. They're gonna be like, "Oh, it's a tragedy and all that." She's gonna be paralyzed. At the end of the day, whose decision was it to come back? It would be Saraya's. It was hers. Yeah. She had the choice, and it's not. It would be you can put blame on AEW and their doctors. I can't believe they did that. If she gets injured and paralyzed, I believe that will be the death of AEW. I believe that is 100% the end. I think the fans would turn on them completely. It would justify all the negative backlash CM Punk could. Because it would be unforgivable for such a fan favorite to get this, to be like, oh yeah, we can just do it. It will promote their unsafe work environment. And I think that if she were to really get injured, Warner Bros. Discovery will step in and say, all right, we're shutting this shit down. We're shutting the studio down. What else are you guys doing? If you're going to make up a doctor note about someone being able to wrestle, or you found some weird Chilean doctor in the middle of the Himalayas or something, I don't know, who was like, yeah, she's good. Then it's like, all right, this whole fucking company is corrupt. I don't think they went that route. I think they, I like to think they dotted their I's and crossed their T's, and she should be okay.
Well, they would have had to. And then there was one other thing which I got so bored reading it. It was about Nick Aldis explaining the real reason why he's leaving NWA. I would say I read the whole article, but that would be a lie.
Yes. But what's the gist of it, Manny? What is Nick Aldis
mostly
saying?
He said the current product wouldn't pass the Harley race test, where it's more the current product of the NWA is more goofy and more sports, and he would say more sports entertainment than it is a good old fashioned wrestling burger and fries, red, white, and blue American wrestling show.
So he wanted that. So first of all, the NWA has always been goofy. All wrestling is goofy. Where is he going to go that he's not going to get this goofy ass wrestling show?
Well,
He's
that's the thing.
Didn't we just get the silly 24/7 title destroy the trash?
That's the thing. So
also
in this thing where he was talking to Sam Roberts from the Not Sam podcast, and the guy that's normally on your kickoff shows, the guy that looks like
Peter Rosenberg.
No, it's the guy that looks like a fake, a budget John Moxley on the kickoff shows. Yeah, Sam Roberts. He, in the same comment, he compared NWA to the way it was to the way NXT Black and Gold was, and then how it changed. So, like, there's literally nowhere he could possibly go where there isn't wackiness in the wrestling, because that's everywhere you go at the moment. Unless he went to New Japan, I think.
Even there, you get fucking Yano and some nonsense in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't take over. It doesn't take over, Joe.
Yeah, but the show Nick Aldis work there was a lot. There was a lot of wackiness even in the G1. The show Nick Aldis apparently wants has never and will never exist.
No, it has. Marcus, it has existed. It's when it was in black and white before my time. He's looking at he's going. Do you know when we say how far back of wrestling can you go back? I can't watch anything from the 80s. I just can't.
No, I love that shit.
I
love it. It's corny as hell.
No, but then
it's nonsense. They were like, that's a DQ? Threw a man over the top rope, huh?
Nick Aldis actually wants test the strength in all his matches, I'm feeling.
I'm down for test the strength. I just feel like his whole argument is nonsense. I am in a vein to believe that everything Nick Aldis is saying is a work just to bring attention to the pay-per-view this Saturday. And I believe he's probably injured and just covering up for it. He'll be back. There's nowhere else for him to go. Manny, are you signing Nick Aldis today? No. Am I signing Nick Aldis today? I am not. Will I sign Mickey James? Yes. But again, Nick Aldis, come on, man. You ain't going nowhere. What are you going to be, a backstage agent, a coach? Sell some fitness powder? Get out of here.
So that's all the news. Let's kick off with. Let me just cover Rampage because I'm not going into detail.
Okay.
Do not interrupt me.
Okay. Before we go into detail, Manny, I am proud of you. You're the bigger man. You decided to cover Nick Aldis, even though we did a full episode on Wednesday. You decided to continue that trend. I feel Nick Aldis cost us 1 subscriber this week.
Well, actually, we were on 339, and then it just dropped to 338, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, someone woke up and was like, "Oh, this is not the Nick Aldis chat. This is not the Nick Aldis fan club. Why would you put a picture up there if you're going to talk ill of him?"
So, do not interrupt me. This will probably only go 2 minutes if you do not interrupt me.
No. I'm going to just nod off over here, Manny.
Rampage. So basically, we already mentioned on Thursday, Jungle Boy challenges Luchasaurus to a steel cage match, which they accept. Brian Cage defeats Dante Martin in a decent match. Bandido wins by roll up on Roosh. Nyla Rose defeats Kayla Sparks. Who the fuck is that? Jade Pump kicks Nyla Rose, but still doesn't have a TBS title. Lee Johnson loses to Orange Cassidy for the AEW All Atlantic title. And for some reason, QT Marshall hits a pile driver on Danhausen on the steel steps. And that was AEW Rampage.
Wake me up when rampaging. So, Manny, I'm going to say that without interrupting you. Did anything of any importance happen on that show? That was worth that 1 hour.
No.
We knew what happened to Dante Martin. They're done with him. Tony don't love him no more. That was his flavor of the month. Then his brother came back. Then his brother got injured again, and now he's done with Dante Martin.
Surprisingly, though, them two did have a decent match, Brian Cage and Dante Martin, but like nothing's gonna come of it because they're both gonna be eliminated from this number one contenders tournament.
You act like Tony give a damn about either one of them at this point. He ain't never gave 2 dicks about Brian Cage.
So let's deal with some comments. Eric said, "Is he leaving NWA because he received your letters?" Eric, I am not scripts. I send emails. I don't send letters.
Manny has hacked the NWA. If only they had computers and Wi-Fi, they can read my messages. This is Manny, aka Scripts. Nick Aldis is trash. Nick Aldis puts me to sleep. Angry emoji, cursing emoji. Fuck Nick Aldis.
Marcus, you know for a fact, Scripts don't send emojis. He sends out kidnapper ransom notes as letters.
He does. Shout out to Scripts, living his best life out there, typing away.
Justin, I haven't seen him in ages. They don't love you like that, Dante. He leaving NWA to be Impact champion. I don't think he is.
I mean, if anywhere, he fits in Impact, but I'm just talking about Nick Aldis can fit in places. I'm not saying he doesn't fit or have a role, except for probably in WWE. He has no spot there at all. But I'm just saying, or even in AEW, I'm just saying this old school mentality that everything's a shoot. And we fight for real. We're men and go like that. We're never. That doesn't exist. The lack of silliness.
He said, "I'm back and I'm being childish." Well, you fit right in here.
Welcome to the Children Hour. El Luchador chimed in with Jeff Jarrett being on a pay-per-view card means I skipped my first AEW pay-per-view.
What?
And there it is. Jeff Jarrett has cost AEW a subscriber.
But it's the greatest. I actually like hearing the Jeff Jarrett King of the Mountain music. Oh, look who the fuck this is.
What is this?
There's no graphics and get out of here.
How dare you? A random ass run in.
No, it's I'm not removing the graphic.
No, it's fine. I can be blacked out by SmackDown. I haven't seen anything. I just figured, I wasn't doing anything, so I might as well show up. Shantae's gambling.
Why does it look like you're in a basement?
You've been abandoned. You've abandoned.
I am. Marcus, you had a question for me.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Nick Aldis?
Well, you saw I put in the chat room, I put Manny, his letters probably made it to him and told him if he didn't leave his television or else something was going to happen. Clearly he's took his ball and ran because Manny's a threat. But Manny, Marcus is right. You are a bigger person for doing what you did to actually cover Nick Aldis.
Yeah, but I felt like what I did on Wednesday when they sung "I'm Sorry, Manny," so I disliked the video instantly.
Thank you, El Luchador. I tried to drink last night. Didn't work out too well.
I mean, you're not trying hard. You didn't try hard enough.
No. 2 sips.
Yeah, 2 sips. I read your Instagram post. You had 2 sips. You didn't try hard enough.
Hey, 2 sips and shit started shutting down.
You take 2 gulps. You take 2 gulps, Eric, and you live with it.
I decided to show up so you guys can come and tell me what happened on SmackDown because I just saw the highlight and I was like, you know what? Let me help Marcus because he looked like he was tired. I know he damn near tired, and then like a run in by the Tribal Beast.
I'm dead. All right, let's go.
But you
to
look alive,
SmackDown.
bro. You look resurrected.
Resurrected.
Resurrected, yeah, like the Undertaker in that casket in 1994. That's what I look like. I'm about to float up into space.
So SmackDown kicked off with the tag match, which is New Day versus the Usos, where New Day are protecting the record. And it was a actually really good match as expected. It just felt like the build seemed forced. I don't know about you, Marcus and Eric.
No. I feel like they tried to build it up for the past few weeks now. But the main issue was the New Day's been in obscurity for how many weeks now? The Bloodline's been involved in side quest after side quest after side quest. So it did seem like it's out of nowhere, but again, as I stated in the thumbnails, they ain't beat nobody unless they beat Big E and Kofi Kingston, the real New Day Tag Team Champions. Woods was always the manager. He's always been the manager. The perfect combination is Big E and Kofi. They ain't beat nobody.
Oh, or as Marcus would say, Xavier's the guy that takes the pin when it's time for the New Day to drop the title. Now, I didn't see the match because I didn't see SmackDown, but I would agree with Manny. I don't think that the build-up to this is what it should have been because it was only a couple of weeks. I think this was a really big event in professional wrestling for these tag team titles records to take place, and it would have been nice if they would have had a little bit more of their own storyline. But with that being said, I think the Bloodline storyline was more entertaining and more important, so I understand why it didn't take place.
Well, it felt like to me that the Crown Jewel match with the Brawling Brutes kind of like messed this up a bit, like in terms of the Crown Jewel and stuff like that, in terms of placement and stuff. So like it felt like it's like, oh, when you come back, it was like, oh, this is more on the back burner. So like it's like when you come back from Crown Jewel, when you come back from Saudi, we be waiting. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're gonna put an end to it. Like, and it's like one of those things with justification of like, well, how did they get this title match? Well, I forget. They don't care about the tag team titles to begin with. As Banga Amen says in the chat with Easy Woods killed the King of the Ring for the second time. Just want to point out, he killed this King of the Ring. He won King of the Ring, and still no one cared about it.
Oh,
I disagree. I thought that was a moment. That was a moment for him, and he actually won.
Marcus,
I don't need you to come here with this negativity.
Marcus, can we pause real quick? I would like to give a round of applause and acknowledge the lordship for his ability to create a graphic in less than 5 minutes to make this look. Manny.
I was doing that whilst talking as well, if you want to do more.
Manny, I'm proud of you, man. Now, Marcus, continue on.
I was going to say, I disagree with you guys. I thought they delivered the goods in the match and it told the story. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a really good match. I never for a second thought the New Day were going to win, but I was really invested. Like, I was just like, let me just enjoy this match. Let me enjoy this for what it is. The history between these two, blah, 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 blah. We all know they can throw out bangers, but I thought they did a really good job altogether. Now the New Day is going back to obscurity again, and the Usos are left with, I guess, the new and improved Viking Raiders Plus, as they want to be known as.
I'm not taking them seriously, Marcus. They have to stay healthy for more than 3 months. I'm not taking them seriously till they can do that, because like how many times have I been told, oh, the Viking Raiders have put the tag team division on notice? It feels like I've heard that so many times.
They back. But this time, you've never seen them like this, Manny. You've never seen them with Sarah Logan. All right?
I've got to ask you two this. Is that blackface or is it because it's half?
Oh, let me go to WWE.com and let me see real quick. Hold on, let me go see.
Because she covered this bit, and then she had like black fingers and then black feet.
I think that's just called dirty white girl. I don't think that's called blackface because of the way. Now, if she would have go full blackface, she would go all black, and then she would have painted her lips bright red or something. But
she's just actually dressed like the character from Horizons, I believe. That's from the video game on PS5. I mean, It looks like she's about to go pull a caper. I just don't think that we're the proper demographic for the Viking Raiders. I just don't think we care.
Viking rapers.
Well, that's what they did too.
They do stuff like that.
I don't like spade.
I don't like anything Raiders. Although I'm in Las Vegas right now after Raiders, all these people walking around. I hope they lose tomorrow. I do.
I'm just tired of watching people in the NFL lose, man. That's what this year is about.
Marcus,
everybody's a bunch of losers.
Marcus,
not a single good team in the NFL.
Marcus, the Jets are better than both our teams. Just point that out. Mark, when we came into this football season, I
don't care. I actually don't care if we made the playoffs this season. I don't care because the fact that I don't have to put up with the Jets bullshit that you two have been throwing shade at me for at least 3 years now.
Yeah. But Marcus,
I also add that this is the worst NFL year of all time. I would like to add that.
You also have that one thing that can keep your happiness going well. Although the NFL has got going too well for you, at least you can look at me and say how bad my Lakers look. We lost to the Sacramento Kings last night, I heard. It's not a good thing.
Eric, listen to me. Eric, I want you to say this right now. And I've said this in jest before, but today I really mean it. I would like to ask the Laker Nation and you, Eric, are you guys okay? It's been a long time. Is there any hug or anything I can donate money to help you guys do anything? Because that is the saddest state of affairs. I would love for someone to put a wiser person to put a video together of Sarah McLachlan with the crying song of "We Are All God's Children" with injured AD and LeBron and sad Westbrook and the rest of those jokers on his team and franchise. But put that together and it would make me laugh because that's what the Lakers are. It is a sad state of affair. And I wish they get out of our arena for right now. It stinks and they have it horrible. Like we don't even have our stars. But at least we're competing against people. You guys go in there and compete. Third quarter come around and all of a sudden, well, game over. Or like last night, you lose to the Sacramento Kings, coached by Mike Brown, who's never won a piece of shit in his life. He couldn't even win.
Mehdi, I'm confident you're correct. It is me. I derailed the show. I realized I did that, Mehdi. Just please go back to your SmackDown report. I didn't need that. I'm sorry.
We've got El Lucha saying, will Big E ever wrestle again? I'm not even sure. Right? The way the news of that comes out, I'm not even sure myself.
Well,
I think the fact that he's go ahead. Sorry, Marcus.
No, mine was a joke. But go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think the fact that he's able to walk around under his own power and not paralyzed. I hope. I don't think he should risk it if his neck injury was as bad as he said it was. I just don't know if taking bumps is the right thing to do. He has a personality that's big enough. If he want to stay in the industry, he doesn't have to wrestle. And maybe science will get better. He could be Saraya and just pop up 11 or Saraya Edge pop up 11 years later. It's like, hey, I'm back, and go from there. But I don't know if it's worth the risk, to be totally honest.
Yeah, but Big E's gonna come back, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, everything's fine." Saraya comes back, and she got to get me proof of doctor note, sample DNA, video of her going like this, apparently, because no one's ever gonna believe she's healthy, as those AEW doctors are significant. So, the joke I was gonna say, which is over now, is Big E will wrestle again if it's an AEW and those doctors cleared. I'm done with the joke.
Did you guys talk about the reason behind Bandido choosing AEW over WWE?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did. I just
I'm a good host, Eric.
Maddie, you're the best, Maddie. You're the best.
He would have just been. We said he would just been a guy, but back to the new and improved deluxe edition of the Viking Raiders 2000. Ready? What is this about? Should just start.
The Viking Raiders should just stop it for two. It worked for the Dudleys. The Viking Raiders, they have
Raiders. Maybe we can get them. We can get them. They start throwing lightning at people. Viking Raiders
have been released have been repackaged so many times. They are like GTA 5 being released on every single new console every time. Just like, yeah, give it a shot. I'm like, okay.
I just think that we're in the age of Vikings are not relevant. This generation don't care about no Vikings. I mean, Now they should have been the Pirate Raiders because we only had one attempt as a pirate. Shout out to the Birch Hills, and I think we need to give them another attempt to the Pirates because I love.
I don't think
Pirates.
we should. I don't think we should. I don't think we're ready for that because it was it was ridden with incest, and there was a second iteration of pirate, Kairi Sane.
Oh, she was. She was.
You know what? She's the most successful pirate wrestler of all time. I'm willing to go on record and say that. And Sarah Logan, Max the Impaler would like to say, "Give me my goddamn gimmick back." For those who don't know, Max the Impaler is just a huge woman who. The only
saving grace for Sarah Logan and the Viking Raiders coming out was that it prevented us from seeing B-Fab versus Selena Vega.
Oh, thank God!
Yeah, praise
I
Jesus.
was bugged.
Hallelujah!
I didn't even watch SmackDown, but here.
I was like, it's about to be some fire. There will be firings. There's about to be a mistake, and the people are going down. The Vince McMahon will come out of retirement before that happens. God damn it! I said never again. I said never again. I'm using my shares. I'm using my shares to stop this match.
He'd walk into the office. Stephanie, get out of my fucking office.
Yeah, look at that. Hunter, get the hell out of here. I'll give you another heart attack. God damn it! Get out of here. I'm releasing everybody. Braun Strowman, you're released just because.
So we get the World Cup matches, which is since Shinsuke Nakamura versus Santos Escobar. The only thing I've written in my notes was Joaquin Wilde was dressed as Pee Wee Herman for some reason.
Same thought. I was like, I guess he likes to dress as Pee Wee Herman and jerk off in dot movie theaters.
Was this a good match? Because this sounds like two people that I like. Santos, I hope
it was a decent match. It was just like obviously Legado got involved and Escobar wins.
Yeah, but you want to talk about thrown together and forced. This World Cup is thrown together and forced. Like they announced it last week. We're doing the World Cup. This week, the World Cup again. What's the rules? You beat this guy, you move on. It's a tournament. Oh, so it has nothing. It's nothing like the actual World Cup at all. So all this time, when people were fighting to get this Intercontinental title shot, they didn't have to go through a tournament. You could just randomly do this. And I feel like Austin Theory was still cashing his money in the bank even after winning his World Cup.
Well, he'd be foolish to cash in on Gunther.
Gunther always has something left.
Yeah, but Gunther always has something left in the tank.
And yeah, it just seemed half to us. And if they were going to do a World Cup, I think this is the way it should have been done. I know they did one in Saudi, but I don't know if that's canon or not. That doesn't count as Saudi money. And Goldberg is still wrestling CM Punk in Saudi in 2029. So, I would like to see Team America. And you have a Team Japan, like you put together teams and you have matches of variations of tag matches and stuff, and you do points similar to the World Cup, and you have, just rip off the G1. If you're gonna do a World Cup, just do it. Don't give me this half-ass World Cup tournament.
Since you said something,
with 90% of it being American.
Manny and Marcus, let me ask you this question: is there enough Saudi money in the world to convince Larry to convince CM Punk to come back to WWE to go to Saudi Arabia? Although, yeah, because Larry's the one that gives him advice. Do you think that the Saudis can pony up enough money for CM Punk to bring his cancerous self back to WWE, even if just for one night in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi don't want that drama.
I think they would. I
think they'll throw an offer, but even Saudi Arabia don't want all that drama he gonna bring.
Who brings more drama, Kyrie Irving or CM Punk?
Ooh.
Oh, CM Punk.
Aaron Rodgers.
Marcus. Aaron Rodgers is only drama if you're a wide receiver because he'll just throw you under the bus, but it's not really their fault. You can't get the ball.
That's more CM Punk, right? I would say if we were comparing sports personality, CM Punk would be the Aaron Rodgers right now of professional wrestling.
Yeah, look, like only one really real championship win that you think it makes you think that you're the greatest, but you only have one reign that was great. Yeah, CM Punk is Aaron Rodgers. Very opinionated, blames everybody but themselves. Yeah, Marcus, you finally see. You know what? But CM Punk can also be Russell Wilson.
I would say Kyrie Irving is Braun Strowman. Just an idiot, or maybe a Ryback. Just
hey guys,
nonsense.
If you guys want us to bring back cast subject to change, just let us know in the comments because we do love putting people in situations.
We can't
We'll replace toxic people with toxic wrestlers.
Well, my thing is about Kyrie Irving and the whole situation is, man, just say I fucked up. All right, it's cool, it's over. Even if you don't mean it, just go out there and say, I'm sorry. I'm not anti-Semitic.
Marcus,
just go out there and say I lied.
Kyrie actually did. He actually apologized eventually. It just seems like that he's taking a brunt of people like, yeah, we go cancel him all together.
Eric, if you get the question, are you anti-Semitic? The easy answer is no.
That's
all you have to say. He did not say that, and now he still has his drama looming. All you have to say and lie. Just lie.
Marcus, let me ask a question.
Be anti-Semitic,
Marcus,
but be in your private.
But Marcus, let me point out, it's a possibility that Kyrie is a very thoughtful individual, and he wanted to make sure before he said no, he wanted to confirm and check all the check boxes off that he wasn't anti-Semitic. Because, he didn't want to lie to the people. So he was like, have I said anything about Jewish people in the past? I'm trying to think about, give me a second. I'll answer the question. I just got to think about this. I don't believe I am, but I'm not sure yet. I mean,
but what he's guilty of is sharing a link to a movie or a documentary. I'm sure on my Twitter, Facebook, hell, I even go past to my Dig or Pounce account.
Dig.
I may go back. I'll go back all the way there. I'm sure I shared some nonsense. All I have to say is that was some bullshit. I don't know what I was doing.
Marcus,
and I'm good. I'm not fucking up my bag. I can do my job, and I'll make my money, and everybody else can fuck off whether I believe it or not.
Everyone on this show saying
so Betty, I like how Marcus said he has to go to Dig or Pounce for this. We can go back to probably 3 months. He said something that offended somebody that he probably needs to apologize for that he's not aware of.
Let's age the podcast, guys. This aged the podcast. We all started in our 20s. Now we're all 40.
You know the greatest thing is I
bitching about the same shit.
If I had the roadcast with me, I go dig up that Dig song, the theme song that they had for that one moment. Oh, Dig.
I think diggly dig.
Shout out Ash Ketchum, finally becoming a Pokemon champion after 25 years.
Man, I missed out on the Pokemon Pumas. I'm so upset. I was eating breakfast and they dropped. I was like, no.
LA Knight ran into Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
LA Knight was trying to cut a promo with Megan Moran.
Talk to me.
And then the Bray logo kept flashing on the logo behind him, and then he starts getting upset. Bray,
what the fuck is this nonsense? That's what he was doing. I don't got time for this witchery. I ain't got time for this witchery and voodoo. If he want to do something to me, he said to my face. Instead, he a little bitch. That's what I felt like LA Knight was saying.
That's a good LA Knight right there, Marcus. Yeah, talk to me.
And then Bray wants to be friends with LA Knight. Bray asked him how far is he willing to go, which sounds more creepier and disgusting. Pause. LA Knight tells him to go back into his room and play with his puppets and shove them wherever he feels comfortable. And then Bray headbutts LA Knight.
Has anybody given me an update on JJ? Because, just after I said that JJ was my person, she got kidnapped by Alpha Fire, and I don't understand how that happened.
No, she was not kidnapped, Eric. She was beaten in a mall parking lot.
She was mugged.
I know.
She was mugged, Eric.
I don't know that. Someone need to file charges.
It was GTA Online. It was GTA Online. She pulled out the car.
And let me tell you the ludicrousness of this. Nick Aldis would never show up in NXT 2.0 for all the nonsense that was on that show. People trying to buy a bar, and also
Marcus,
the mall cop, security cop car being stolen, and JCJ stopping for said mall cop. Like he has any authority.
But Marcus,
only for it to be Alba Fire and her beaten to death on the side of the road.
It just so happened that she's on a phone call with Mandy Rose when all this takes place. So it can be recorded.
How they obtained this phone call?
But let me ask you guys a question though. On NXT, when the teacher and her assistant came in to buy the bar, did you start the question where they got the money from?
We have labeled this the porn star experience because
Betty, I
that's what
know,
it is.
Betty, I
We're
know
getting
what you
everything
like.
with the sex. We're getting
I
everything
know
with
what
the
you
sex.
do that, and I know what it is, but I also know that if I say that, you guys will start talking about me again. But we all know what it is. We all know what it is. And her assistant is cute. Let's not lie about it. She's cute. F the teacher.
Yeah, she's not a teacher for one thing, Eric. She's a CEO, BEO, a BC, and
BETCNN.
And she probably got some STDs too. I mean, that's the whole thing about it.
STD.
She got all the. The problem is that I'm just glad that they're trying to stop that racist establishment, because ever since Pretty Deadly tried to walk in there and they didn't want their kind in there, I want that bar shut down. Jensen and Jansen need to stop.
All right, can we get back on track?
Go back.
I'm sorry. The shortest show ever, and we are now at the 45-minute mark.
Yeah,
and I feel like we're just cursed.
I go through Rampage in a minute.
Hey, this is what the running review show was supposed to be. I just pop up out the blue and said, "Hey, I'm here."
Liv Morgan versus Sonya Deville versus Lacey Evans versus Exiley versus Shotzi versus Raquel Rodriguez.
The battle of the lost women.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still around. All of them.
The match was a bit, in my opinion.
not a bit like that, but
I'll tell you why. You want to know why this match was just And Manny, I want you to admit this right now. And Eric, I want you to admit this even though you didn't see the match. This match was missing one thing and one thing only.
Lacey Evans?
It was missing
the
boat.
She was in the match.
It was missing the boat. It was missing
She's
Daddy.
Out for
the
3
control.
months.
I know.
She's out for 3 months.
They ruined
this is her excuse. This is her excuse so she get in that nose job. I mean, that's all that was. I said it. I said it. Yeah, I said it. What match did that happen? What match did that happen? Or did TJ do that? I mean, all
not Sonya. What's her name?
Sonya put it on it?
No, not Sonya.
No, it was Shayna.
Oh,
okay.
Put the knee in her face and bust her nose. But
anybody. Natty be bagging, she'll still be smoking cigarettes.
But you know what? Our girl Shotzi Blackheart won the match.
But Shayna came in with meanness. Shayna came in with meanness in the back. She's like, you didn't. The only thing you won was an ass whooping.
Yeah. And then as we did the Shotzi intro, Shotzi proceeded to get choked out by a real choker instead of the one she wears around her neck. As Rhonda said, "Oh my God, zipping up on our floor, there's green shit everywhere."
So Marcus, for what I understand is that Rhonda hanging out with Shayna is actually quite entertaining because now they just walk around being two assholes in the back, pretty much. Shayna chokes people out, and Rhonda gives a one-liner, and that's all I need. I don't need nothing else.
They should have always been together, and I'm glad they fired Marina Shafir. She would have been here.
Marcus, if imagine if they would have kept Marina Shafir on the payroll, there would be nobody in AEW to enhance Jade Cargill, because I think she's had the most matches against Jade Cargill. It's always here come Marina Shafir.
Good. I want to talk to Tony. If there was one thing in AEW, I could tell Tony, "Hey Tony, yeah, I want to talk to you about something." Just why? There's a lot of nonsense that happens in your product. Why Marina Shafir? Why do you keep putting her out there? Why do we have to injustice? Why am I in the hell in with Marina Shafir?
You want to talk to Tony, but this explains to me why Roderick Strong is where he at. He can't improve his wife's wrestling ability because Bryan Danielson actually improved Brie Bella's in-ring work, but he hasn't done shit with Marina Shafir, and I'm upset with Roderick for that.
I don't think there's anything to do there. I think he's just being a support.
Because you want to talk to Tony about that. I want to talk to Tony about Jade. She's exactly like Goldberg. Goldberg's 170 whatever undefeated streak is exactly the same as Jade's. None of the matches do I remember or care about. Name me a memorable Jade Cargill match. Other than the one with Shaq. Other than the one with Shaq.
And Marcus is saying Marina Shafir. Isn't she feuding with Nyla Rose right now?
Marina Shafir's still there. She's part of that ensemble with Vicky Guerrero.
But she had that time she beat Ember Moon. Do I remember the match? No, but I know
Exactly.
so-
You don't remember nothing from it.
Hey, is Ember Moon still a heel, or did she just beat up that lady for no good reason?
She's beat
Ember-
that lady
I
up
haven't
for
seen
no
Ember
reason.
Moon since. I have not seen Ember
I mean,
Moon since.
However, her name is Athena, I believe that was her name. But you know, he just be buying people and put them in. I mean, Tony didn't read the memo that slavery was voted that it can't exist in some
What?
states, so he needed to let some of these people go.
Well, I just want to say that's why Tony can't win Booker of the Year for me is because he keep booking Marina Shafir on Dynamite. You can do what you want with Dark. You can do what you want with Dark. Hell, you just can't be putting people on national TV like that.
So we get Braun
And
Strowman
Triple H
versus
lost his
Jinder
Booker
Mahal.
of the Year by almost booking Selena Vega versus B-Man. He lost that spot too.
He lost that
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
last week
yeah,
when he let
yeah,
B-Fab into
innocent.
the ring.
So, Marcus,
Yeah,
are you
innocent.
letting the zany? Are you letting the zany, brainy William Corgan win Booker of the Year because of all the things that he's booking in NWA?
No,
that-
we're going to go to Impact. Impact, Scott D'Amore
D'Amore?
won't win Booker of the Year because of all of this. And shout out to Ghetto. But
So
no, he don't
Braun
get it either.
Strowman defeated Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal appearing without
Wait,
the
Jinder showed
skyscraping
up?
Shanky.
Shit.
This is the World
Without
Cup
the
match.
showed up.
skyscraping Shanky. And then we get Roman Reigns, what was being advertised as the special moment.
A special moment with Roman Reigns. And I was like, what is he going to do? Juggle for us or something?
Before Roman could even really say anything of interest, the Brawling Brutes interrupt the Tribal Chief. Sheamus has returned. Sheamus' mic keeps cutting out, and Roman laughs as well. You can't even get the mic to work. What are you gonna do? And
So
then
that
they
was a
brawl,
special moment.
and then Drew McIntyre comes out to even up the score, and then that's the end of SmackDown.
Nice little brawl. And
So-
I guess we have our first glimpse of what the War Games is going to be. It's going to be the Brutes versus the Bloodline.
That's
But they
not
need
bad. That
one
should
more.
be an entertaining match.
Eric, who's your one more for the
For
Brutes?
who?
They need
For the
one more.
Brutes?
Yeah,
They need one more. They got Drew. That's 4.
Jinder Mahal.
so Sam.
That's a
He's a
wild
former
card.
champion.
Sure.
You
Get
know
off
what?
the
You're
show.
on the show. You're on the show. You're on the show.
Why?
You saying nonsense. You're all of a sudden you're right back, Braun Strowman and Kyrie Irving in one man. Just saying
Your wife's
nonsense.
abandoned you. Now we're abandoning you.
Damn. I'll go drink this Aquafina and just lick my wounds, man. I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Is that
Shit.
that's one of those casino aquafinas too? I bet you that's a $7
Motherfucker, this
aquafina.
shit, $5 man. $5 motherfucking dollars.
For
But I need to drink
water?
water. Yes, because it's Vegas, man. They upcharge. It's like being at Disneyland. They upcharge for everything.
Well, he can go across the street to some liquor store. It would be 79 cents
Manny,
or something. But
I would hate to imagine how much your Lipton tea would cost on these streets right now.
well, here I drink my 50-cent aquafina water bottle from the comfort of my home. Thank you very much.
Mine has a little bit more thickness than yours, though. Yours is a little bit more slender.
What are we talking about? Penises or balls now? Go on, laugh.
I don't
Laugh with that water in your mouth. Go on, laugh.
No, I thought he was
Nah.
gonna spit it on his camera.
Marcus, real girl swallow.
Nah. You stay away from them girls.
Manny,
man.
ain't nobody telling that to no girl. Ain't no point. Nope. Because that's
Real
how you
girl.
get that shit spit up. You get that shit spit on you and like get out my house and then charges get filed.
Next time she gonna bite your dick, Manny. That's all I'm gonna say. They ask me to swallow. Ah! I swallow your dick hole.
I think that ends the show because I think we're going crazy right now.
I mean, we were always going to end up going crazy on this show.
Yeah.
When it's
We're
me and
always
Marcus,
gonna
I
talk
past the
about
40-minute mark. Past the 40-minute mark, anything is at stake.
Yeah, congratulations on the successful video you put out, Eric. It's not a bad video. It was a good interview. Everything's fine.
I
You
was
just
actually going to
decided to
text you
release
to
it
make a
against
thumbnail,
SmackDown.
Marcus. I was actually going to text you to make a thumbnail for it.
Yeah. You released it against SmackDown without a thumbnail. And then it was unadvertised. I found out at 3 a.m. that this was released.
Hey,
And I go, what the fuck? And I'm
Hey.
like, let me at least advertise this tonight.
I made a post putting it, and that was all I was gonna do. That's it.
So I saw it, but at that point it was still listed as private it wasn't scheduled. So that was I was supposed to text you. I had it typed out. I was like, can you make a thumbnail for it quickly? And then I forgot about it. Because then I started uploading the best of.
Because it came out when we had a patch of traffic. It came out right when we was on the freeway, and I was like, oh, I can't do nothing about this. Oh well. Yeah. But I mean, it was a fun interview. I learned a lot about Jamal. And considering I changed the color scheme 5 different times because I did not like the American flag back there, I said, no, that's not going to happen on this show. I ain't no American hero. I ain't Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but you're Florida Eric.
The camouflage.
You're Florida Eric.
I don't
why the hell were both of you wearing fucking
I
bucket
understood
hats
why
as
he
well?
had a hat. What do you do to wear that hat?
Well, so, because it was Jen's from her Force Focus clothing. That was her hat that I bought from her clothing line. So I decided that it was camouflage. And since we were talking about, military, I was like, I might not have it. That was actually, believe it or not, a coincidence. We both laughed at each other when he popped up on the screen and I saw he had a hat on and I had one. I was like, oh, but your hat is legit. I was like, damn you.
Yeah. Jamal always wears a hat.
That's
Did
true.
you see the intro of ETE? He has a hat on the intro.
No, Vargas.
It's an animated intro.
No one watches ETE.
Hey, Vargas, just like nobody watches my interview, nobody watches ETE, man. Come on, man.
ETE has double the views you have. And at one point, it was the highest viewed show on this channel. That was at 1 week.
Yeah, but that 1 week where we all agreed that we were taking a break and then you went rogue and then put a show out. So technically you're disqualified.
Wait, so I'm not crazy because I was under the impression that it was a whole week off that day. And then when I saw everything else,
no, he went rogue.
It was like,
he went rogue. He decided to do shows.
Okay, he went into business for himself. So in other words, Manny, he was calling you a bitch saying that you the only one that needed a vacation. He was ready to go all the time. He missed it. He the Darren Young of the network. He off 24/7. Always ready to go.
Excuse me, his name is Fred Rozier now.
Man, I know Mr. Darren Young.
Good morning, good evening. May Hulk Hogan get stung by wasps every time he wakes up. I need to know, is there a list? Is there a list? Have you made a list of what you put on this? Because last week it was May Hulk Hogan have piss in his Cheerios.
Hold on. My favorite thing is when you get stung by a wasp. For some reason, I see that and he'll wake it up, and you have that little oh, good boy, bird chirping. God damn it, brother.
You know when he gets stung, he says something racist. You know he will. No. He says the N word when he gets stung.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Negro wasp. But the thing about
wasp.
Getting stung by a wasp is bad, but I still think having piss in your Cheerios that I think about it even more. Because it's bad. They just brought you a bowl of Cheerios. It's like,
you made your own bowl of Cheerios. No, you made your own Cheerios and you don't know.
No.
Why would you open your carton of milk and pour your Cheerios?
No, I think someone.
How was there piss in my carton?
No, Mark.
I think somebody served the bowl of Cheerios, Mark.
I think he puts the bowl down, and before he pours the milk, someone just comes, pulls their trunk, pulls out their dick.
Well, I've always imagined a Jesus scenario in which instead of water to word, you turn your piss into Cheerios.
No, so you in terms of Jesus, you turn milk into piss.
Marcus, can I ask a question? If you Jesus, Mark, how does that help anybody? I'm going to turn your piss to Cheerios. What does that care? Which kind of Jesus do you have?
The quote, the real
do you have
Jesus.
The Jesus of
How
Wick?
is this my problem?
Is he with Jesus?
Why not? If I'm Jesus, I can do whatever I want. If I'm Jesus, I can do whatever I want. They're gonna put me on that cross anyway, you sons of bitches. And then you're gonna wear jewelry with me on that cross. Y'all can all kiss my ass. I gave you water to wine, now you get pissed on Cheerios.
Betty, remember I said you can go back 3 months and find something that Marcus needs to apologize for? How about we just go back to 30 seconds ago? Because Marcus might need to apologize for these comments.
I'm apologizing. The whole Jesus thing. And the man was beaten, torn up, and they decided, I'm going to wear this cross. I'm the worst day in that man's life. So if he did come back and he sees everybody, what the fuck is this?
I remember being a young kid and them telling us, oh, they whipped him 29 times because if they did it 30 times, that would kill a man. And I was like, what?
That was the equivalent of beating a man to an inch of his life.
Wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me the Catholics, what they were doing, they was kidnapping people and whipping them and see what the threshold for how many whips
They must have.
before he died. Like the average we have is about 30.
Hey, one more, you may kill him. wait, but would it be that bad?
We started talking about this. We lost 3 people watching us live.
That's fine. That's fine. It was the time that got us. But would it be so bad to kill a man? Like if I'm the guy with the whip, would it be as bad? We got these whips. We have to actually finish. It gets worse, guys.
No, Marcus, because you got to think about this, and I'm going to hell because back in that day, somebody had to go on that cross. So if you killed the man that was going on the cross because you whipped him too much, you might be the person put on that cross. So you got to be very careful whipping. Like, ooh, let me stop that one. That almost went too far.
Hey, if you were in charge, and let's just say this, you were the heathen that beat the shit out of Jesus Christ. Then you go to tell people, yeah, I'm the one that whipped Jesus 29 times. I will
next year, but during Easter, don't be surprised if this little clip just shows up somewhere.
I just want to also let people know I stand with Neymar. Just want to let everybody know I support Neymar and his quest.
Whoa! I have not seen Wakanda Forever.
I know.
Okay. Fuck.
I stand with Neymar.
No.
I just stand with him.
No. Done.
You have a terrible habit of just saying things and then no one else has any idea what you're talking about sometimes.
I know, exactly. I like to throw random shit out there just to throw it out there. That's just what I do. And also,
one time we were trying to close out a show, and then you randomly just come out. Chip and Dale was my favorite movie. I'm like, what?
Well, my mind has Tourette's, man. I just spit things out every occasion, and I'll be like, oh,
I don't think that's Tourette's.
I don't think that's Tourette's.
I think that's
is when
ADD.
you swear uncontrollably. You have attention deficit disorder.
Okay, I'm okay with that too.
All right, are we done talking about Jesus and turning Cheerios and attention deficit?
Well, technically, this is J.K. Smush's fault.
Hey, Eric, how many times does the Lakers got to get whooped before they die?
I think about 30, man. 30. I think it's over. We need to blow everything up, man. It's over.
I'm not saying
that.
Luchadors, I'll put it up on screen. I'm just not saying it.
I don't think they knew what clout was back in the day.
They knew every clout. They knew a long time.
They Romans knew. No Romans knew.
They didn't have a word for it. If Jesus was around today, he would get his ass whooped with somebody TikTok.
Hey, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that Cecil? Did y'all hear that Cecil beat that man that they put on the cross 29 times yesterday? He done told everybody. Yeah, Cecil did that shit. Cecil. They
don't make Cecils no more.
Exactly. That's why Cecil did it back in the day.
That's a 20th century human being, a Cecil.
Cecil, that man's a deacon somewhere.
Deacon Cecil. If anybody named their kid Cecil, they're a deacon. It was like, oh yeah, you were only going to beat us. You know that, right? It was only going to be one way.
Pastor's kid.
You've been to church like 5 times, Mark. There's no way you even met a deacon named Cecil.
I'm sure I met a lot of people, and I don't remember a single one of their names.
Cecil just like the man that died in the docks, man. Him, Lamont.
Well, I would like to say, thank everybody for joining another mystery solved of the Jesus Christ and the origin of how you get piss in Cheerios. You make Jesus really bitter. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Mark, and also that's how the first cloud chaser was the guy that whipped Jesus 29 times because he knew he did it 30. Jesus was gonna die.
All right, and continuing this offensive nature, if you were whooping Jesus' ass and putting him on the cross, what social media platform are you using? I'm using Twitter with Elon Musk, and I'm gonna be verified.
Well, which type of verified? Because you're a political outstanding, or because you subscribe to Twitter Blue?
Oh, I'm gonna be LeBron James.
Oh, or you can be the company that said that insulin would be free for everybody. They was like, I'm sorry, that is not our real Twitter page. We're still charging you guys for insulin. That's fucked up, man.
Well, because I'm doing it on tout.
Vince McMahon would be very proud of you.
Or
Hey,
I'm reviving Dig. I'm gonna revive Dig. I'm putting it on Dig.
Pounce. You guys could.
I'll
You guys could
revive
like
Dig
it
and
up.
put it on Dig.
Hey, Manny, you can do it on Dig, and then I'm gonna put it on the MySpace page with like a song on there. That's what we gonna do. Let's bring MySpace back, y'all.
Let's bring Pounce back.
Man, Shantae must have won because I ain't seen her in a minute.
Or she's lost and has been
she
kidnapped
left you.
by hobos.
Or she's left you. She's one
Well,
big
you know,
and decided
gambling-
I'm out.
Yeah.
Gambling
I
has
like
that
to think
effect,
she
man.
turned on a YouTube video. Oh, what's my husband talking about? Oh, Jesus.
And clout.
I am not messing with him now.
You know, if we were still in the name of episode business, this would be called Jesus Clout or the Clout of Jesus.
Yeah, and you'd be Cecil the hater.
Cecil the hater, man. You know what? I'll go by Cecil the hater. I mean, it ain't no Cecil in the world no more. I mean, shout out to Cecil. Man,
Eric, I would love to do a biopic on Cecil and call it The Last Cecil. It's just a movie about the last man named Cecil. The last Cecil on Earth.
Eric, he's talking about your
You know
wife.
what?
You gotta fight him. You gotta fight him.
No, Cecil gonna whoop his ass for me, man. You know, because I'm gonna name my former fat Cecil. My fat used to be named Cecil.
Oh wait. We named the Vince McMahon or Triple H owns the right of Eric. So now you're going to AEW as Cecil.
Yeah,
that's your WCW name, Cecil.
No, Florida Eric's real name is Cecil, and he just goes by Florida Eric. It's Cecil Florida Eric.
Nah, Florida Eric real name has to be something a little bit more offensive. Like something a little bit more white powery. A little bit more white powery.
Jebediah? Clayton? Clayton is good. Clayton. That's a good Southern name. Clayton.
But I think of Clayton Biggs.
Yeah.
Bigsby, man. Bigsby. He divorced her because she was I can't say that on this show. I know we said so much.
Wait, you can't go that far. You can go that far, but you can go with everything else you said.
Hey, Marcus. There it is, right there. El Luchador, Florida Eric with the 3 Ks at the end. That's it. That's how you do it.
I didn't even get that. I didn't even get that. I just read it different. Eric. That's how I read it. But yeah, that
Eric is also a Viking Raider too. So it's all of it. He the one that painted Sarah Rowe. Like, you know,
excuse me.
We'll give you half black face.
It's the new and improved Viking Raiders Deluxe Edition 2000.
Hold on, but what happened to the Vicious?
Vacuum cleaner.
They were the Vicious Viking Raiders last time we saw them.
So, Mark,
I forgot they related to Sid Vicious as well.
And Mark, I've been a puppet. I done bought deluxe editions all my life, and I've come to the conclusion that deluxe editions is just something to get people who have a lot of FOMO. They don't want to miss out, so let me get the deluxe edition. Because most times you're like, I don't really need that.
You know, I associate deluxe with shitty quality, no matter what I do. I go to my car wash and I get the deluxe. I'm going, nothing is different from your regular car lunch. Why is this a deluxe? Why do I pay $5 for?
Did you buy a deluxe of the WWE 2K22 or 23? You bought the deluxe, right?
What?
For WWE 2K20, you bought the deluxe edition, right?
Yeah, because I wanted the extra racism edition with Hulk Hogan.
And did you use any of that extra racism that it came with? It wasn't more just because
I played it for about 5 extra minutes of the My Faction thing. That's all it was. And then I realized I wasted like £40.
Yeah, and that's also like when you get albums and you say, "Oh, here's the deluxe edition." You like, man, I don't need these extra songs out here.
I don't pay for music anymore, man. I refuse to buy it.
but
stream that shit.
But you see, Manny, the thing is, when I add music to my library, I feel like that I paid for it. So, you know what? Freddie Gibbs, My Soul Sold Separately, great album. The deluxe edition, I don't know what they added, but it was still a good album. I just feel like, you messing up my play count in my music library. I'm trying to get my year in awards right.
Play count?
When they give me, yeah, because like it listens to
your
things.
So when Spotify?
No, I'm using Apple Music. So Apple Music
they don't do anything, do they?
They have a bootleg playlist. So this is what your most listened to was, and they'll give to you when Spotify released their best player. It's really jank because you have to go to a website and get it. So, but last year I was a little taken aback because I was going to sleep to the sounds of the oceans, and so that was my number one music. So when they played my best stuff playlist, I was like, damn, I gotta pee because I hear all this ocean talk.
Sounds of the ocean.
Is it true that your playlist, your winner for a song of the year, most played of all time, is the My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade, has for 5 years straight? It's the number one most played song.
Well, you know what? The Black Parade might make the list this year because I did play it a lot. Because I think this is the year we started talking about the Black Parade. And anytime that song comes on, man, it just
that was like 2 years ago. That was back when Cody
2 years
was
ago.
in AEW and happy.
Damn.
That was when everything was all hunky dory in AEW.
When I was a young boy, my father took
Eric
me
listens to that with black
to the
fingernails
city.
and Sarah Logan's black paint face paint.
Yeah.
One day
He also buys a toupee just to put it over his eyes.
Oh, King Disease 3, fire! Come on, man.
Let's also talk about
stop.
last news story of the day. AEW is not going to be on Game Pass, Manny. That was misinformation.
Oh, they're not, but they had talked about that. I was really.
They came out and said that. They said they're not. How dare you?
They should.
We're gonna make
They
money.
should. To be fair, they should, because that would open them up to 23 million people that would probably play that game.
It will probably make this show do a day and day release with Manny and I talking about that game. We would live stream it and everything.
You guys have the most miserable gameplay of any gameplay videos of ever. You guys look unhappy, you're bitter, you hate it.
You know, you can't talk because you did a whole show on Nick Aldis knowing full well I hate it. So therefore,
hey, hold on. I had a apology in the thumbnail for you, Manny. Okay. And then we sung the song, I'm sorry, Manny.
Didn't mean to make you
but,
cry.
you know, I wish I left the
Nick
dislike on
Aldis.
that video. I wish I left it on there.
Wouldn't be the last one. But
You know what, Marcus? Jamal might bring out the worst of you, man. You just do a petty sting. I don't understand what you thought Nick Aldis was gonna do to get the. Because even I looked at it, I was like, they talking about Nick Aldis, man. They must ain't got shit to talk about.
There wasn't much to talk
Eric,
about. But
they probably could have talked about anything else as well. But they headlined Nick Aldis. They put him on the thumbnail. They put him on the description. I was like, what are you doing?
They tried to do what William Corgan has tried to do his whole life and realize that I can't make no money with Nick Aldis. I mean, that's what it is. It's like,
You were better off not even talking. You better off saying Nick Aldis and then playing static, and you probably would have got more views.
Yeah, this is immediately disrespectful to the legendary Nick Aldis, who we deserve. If Triple H got, he's going to change his name back to back. He carried the.
Marcus.
I remember more
First of all,
Doink Clown matches than Nick Aldis.
Marcus, let me be real. And this is a serious question. Marcus, do you think there's anybody in the world that would have Nick Aldis or Magnus in their top 100? I don't think so.
Yes.
Who would have him in the top 100? What did he do to get to the top 100, Marcus?
You want me to say who will? I think this person will have Nick Aldis in their top 10, Eric.
Mickey James don't count. And
you never said that. You never said that. Mickey James and his kid Donovan would add him in their top 10.
Why do you know that kid's name?
Said it because he brings them up every now and then. I don't know.
Why are you paying attention to so much Nick Aldis content?
I don't know. Why does Eric follow Michael B. Jordan? I don't know why these things happen.
I still don't know the answer to that.
Michael B. Jordan is a fantastic actor. Leave him alone.
As long as he plays angry. You know what? So, Marcus, let me tell you. Can you hear me still?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can already hear you, but I just want to say no because you sound like you're about to spoil something. But shut the fuck up.
So every trailer that I got, I'm already mad. Jonathan Majors is almost in every goddamn movie, and I was really upset about this. He's in Creed, he's in his work. I was like, man, you know what? Shantae don't need this in her life because you know that's who's on the list now. F that dude. That's why they canceled that one show he had on HBO. Steroid taking ass, bro.
Dang.
Right, you really are Florida, Eric.
Yeah.
With 3Ks.
Jonathan Majors cast as Jesus in the next Sharpshooter's biopic. And
you know, I'm in the rest state. My redness doesn't come out.
All right, let's end the show. I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep.
It's not ETE. You can't shoot guns if you're mowing.
I can put my Batista open since I missed the theme song.
You look like a baby getting ready to start up to cry.
Wait, before we go, Eric, did you watch Dynamite this week?
No.
Oh, so you don't even know this reference.
Wait, what happened? Because I think I turned it on twice, and I think I got 2 minutes in. I was like, I don't have to watch this week.
Stokely accused MJF of doing something without a license, and he said he's dick riding without a license.
Oh, wow! Wow!
Yep.
Wow!
It's a line that is so beautiful. And this Wednesday, we are dick riding Nick Aldis without a license. Very dangerous.
Fuck, I gotta figure out a way to use that.
Yep. Same thing, same. As soon as he said it, I bust out and went, whoa, where did he get that? And I died laughing.
I managed to organically get it in the show.
Yeah. Manny got into the show. And I was like,
I'm gonna get into work. I might get in trouble, but it might be worth it because I could already see it.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
Do you have a license to ride that dick like that? Because you're really riding his dick. Yeah, I got that. I'm gonna get in trouble this week.
And then we'll see Eric go to take that slow walk into HR. Can you repeat what you said?
I said that Mr. Dick was riding to work, and I don't understand what they interpreted that incorrectly for. I don't know why.
So we
don't have nobody named Dick here.
We have a customer at our casino. His name is Dick Green. We also just call him Ric Flair, which is funny. But it was like Dick Green's a perfect name for him. His name's Dick Green. Okay.
I prefer for my name to be Dick Long, but whatever.
Yeah, his Dick Green. Yeah, he's also known as Ric Flair. Woo! All right.
Well, that concludes another episode of the Saturday Show. We'll be back.
No one expected me to be here, but I was.
I could have called out.
You would call out.
It looked like you were. It looked like you were jacking off 2 dicks there, Eric. You need to stop doing that.
Hey man, I got my dick riding license. I don't know about y'all. I know what I'm doing. Marcus.
I don't want to
pause. How do you obtain such?
Was there an instructor next to you? All right, now sit.
Was there a practical exam?
Right yeah, sit right
How
here.
How much studying did you have to do?
Can I see your hand signals? Can I see your hand signals while you're riding the dick?
Ain't no reason. Ain't none of your business. There's a Google search for that.
Yeah, but you clearly made that Google search.
I do what it takes to try to get views for this show, but I know better than to put Nick Aldis on the thumbnail.
I don't know. It got more. The Nick Aldis thing got more views than what you pathetically put out yesterday.
Because I didn't have a thumbnail.
I mean, you didn't promote it at all either, or tell us to do it.
I am not a promoter. I'm just not. I've never been, never will be.
I don't know why. It
What?
just always is. I don't know why that's funny. It just always is. Oh shit.
By yourself.
Can we leave? He's looking at us. He has his flashlight right in front of us. We don't need this. We don't need this.
All of the light.
Damn, if I knew how to put this on strobe mode, I would have done that.
Put it on stroke mode. Did you say that?
Why is
Did
he
you just
making
say-
that beeping noise?
Stroke mode, I said, Manny. Stop being nasty.
You said stroke.
Anyway,
You
I
the
hope
one
you
who
guys-
dick riding with a license.
I
Nasty.
hope you guys-
What you talking about?
I hope you guys enjoyed
I hope
this
you stop
episode
being nasty.
of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show that took place on Saturday. I had a great time of being a guest. Remember to check out everything else that takes place on the network on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the originator and the most
You
viewed
did
show
not.
on the
It's
network,
Wednesday.
the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Then you also have Wednesday when you have everything else where they promise not this week to put Nick Aldis on there. And then last but not least, Friday, a flashback from the flashback back in time. Raw is retro with, the Big Ross man and his gangle of fools. And, sometimes Saturday shows happen. Who knows? But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
The little rat inside his head was working overtime on that little
Lord
wheel
Manny-
as he was
for
trying to
Lord
scramble
Manny
for
Hayes.
words.
For Marcus the Grand Finale, I am Eric. Until next week, stay sharp. We